What is up, guys? Kitty King here with another Boku no Hero Academia review. This time, episode 13, season 2. So it basically starts off with Midoriya on the train, and it's just like, you'd think after the tournament we'd all be at home resting, but we got school, basically, type of deal. So it starts off like that, just a little comedy, and everybody on the train kind of recognizes him, and, he has a little fame there. He's like, you're so cool, blah, 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 and he's like, I'll try my hardest and whatnot. But that's just a little intro for it. Then it skips to the scene of him walking to class, and Ida runs past him, and he blasts past Midoriya, and he's in the rain, and he's like, hurry, Midoriya, you'll be late. Midoriya's like, what? We still have 5 minutes till the first bell. And he's like, if you're not 10 minutes early, you're late. Which is like punctualism. So it seems like, everything's fine with him as he goes through. He's acting like his usual self. It cuts in, they're inside, they're putting their stuff in their little cubbies or whatnot, or their little lockers. And Midoriya is just getting ready to ask him about his brother, but Ida cuts him off, and he says, Midoriya, I know it's about my brother. Don't worry, everything's fine. And Midoriya is just like, oh, okay. But everything's not fine. We figure that out later on. See, stuff starts to go down. But cuts to the classroom, everyone's chilling, they're all hype about, how the tournament went, and they're talking about how this people got spotlight and everything. And then Eraserhead enters the room, and they're all punctual, and they're all in their seat all quick. It's pretty funny. But he enters the room, and he tells them it's time for some special stuff is about to happen. They're about to choose their hero name, which is, a big deal. This is what they're going to be called for their, they're most likely the rest of their life. They're going to go by their hero name most of the time. And so, everyone's excited. They're all choosing their hero names and whatnot. It also talks about, the ranking of, offers they got from other schools after the tournament. And of course, Todoroki Shoto was first. Everybody's seen his fire ice, and but he mentions it's probably because of my dad. But, it's not. It's because, he's a badass and whatnot. But he has the top offers, and then Boku goes second because, of course he was first in the tournament, and then Tokiyama, and then Idia, and then so on. But, the little purple ball guy notices, Midoriya doesn't got any. And he's like, it's because the way your quirk is and how dangerous you use against yourself and whatnot. And he's just like, yeah, kind of bummed out. But he didn't get any offers. And so later on, Midnight comes through, and she's going to help him. Midnight is the girl who can knock people out or put them to sleep. She was the judge in the tournament. She comes through and, helps with their hero names as Aizawa takes a nap. He goes to sleep. And she's like, okay, it's time to choose your name, guys. And then it kind of flashes back to Eraserhead as well, of how he got his name. And President Mike just chose it for him. He's just like, all right. He's like, I'm not good with these sorts of things. President Mike's just like, all right, your name will be Eraserhead. And then he's just like, all right, I'll go with that. And that's what he goes by from now on. So, it goes on, and they're all choosing their names. They're all kind of nervous and whatnot about choosing their names. Everybody's going up one by one. Some of them have, silly names. They have to redo it and stuff. Some of them are really good. I think the funniest one, though, was Alien Girl that showed the picture of, kind of like a mashup of her and the aliens from the Alien movies and whatnot, Alien Covenant or whatnot. And it was just funny. Midnight was like, are you crazy? Do you want people to associate you with those type of aliens and whatnot? That was pretty cool and whatnot. But, Shota chooses his name. He's like, yeah, my name's gonna be Shota. And Midnight's like, are you sure you just want it to be your name? He's like, yep. And then, it flashes kind of like to Edie's talking to his brother. His brother's like, I want you, if you're willing to take on my name, because they're talking about how he can't feel his legs, and, he thinks his hero career ends here. And Edie's just like, no, you still have many more people to lead. And it was kind of like just a solid touching moment. And then it goes back to Edie trying to write Ignium down on his name board, but he just couldn't do it. And so when he goes up to show his name, he does the same thing as Shoto, and he just puts Edie as going to be his name. And it's just like, man, like, no balls. No, I'm just playing. It was like, that's like a touching moment. I was just like, man, he's not gonna do it. He's not gonna put his brother's name down. So he just chose his own name. So, you know, kind of going after the same thing Shota was doing, I guess. And then, it finally gets to Midoriya in the end, and, he chooses his name. Everybody was kind of shocked. They're like, are you sure you want it to be that? Out of all things, you know, people are going to call you that. And he's like, I found a new meaning for this name, you know. At first, people thought of it as, you know, as an insult, but someone talking about Uraka gave him hope for the name and whatnot and give it a new meaning. And so he chose his hero name to be Deku, which I never thought he was going to choose that when he put that name. I was like, what? He chose Deku? Really? Okay, I see you, bro. I see you. So it's pretty cool when he chose that. But I don't know. I just never seen that coming. I guess I should have, because, you know, it's kind of like an obvious answer. It was so obvious that I didn't see it coming. So that's pretty cool when he chose that. But after that, it kind of cuts out to everyone. You know, they chose their name, they presented it and whatnot, and it cuts to a scene of All Might and the Cinder Block guy, the Stone guy, and he's like, "Oh, we have 1 minute here," and All Might's like, "Oh, who's it for?" And he's like, "It's for Midoriya," and then he's like, "What? This guy? Like, this guy wants him?" And then it goes back to, you know, Midoriya and his friends in the classroom, and they're all talking, and Uraka's like, "Midoriya, why are you shaking?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I'm doing air chairs as we say," and everyone's like, "What the heck? Like, you're working out while you're just chilling here talking?" And I don't know. I thought that part was cool because, like, everyone's just sitting there relaxing, and then he's just there, like, nonchalant, just working out. I was like, "Oh, snap! Okay, I see what you're doing. You're trying to get them abs, bro. You're trying to get that 6-pack. Okay, I see what you're doing there." So I thought that part was pretty cool. And then when they're all getting ready to leave, All Might tells Deku about his acceptance, or not his acceptance, but someone that wants him. And he's talking about how it's his previous teacher when he went to UA, and it was Gran Torino. And Deku's just like, "Oh, someone this amazing?" And All Might was like shaking while he was telling him. He's like, "Yeah, he knows about All for One and whatnot." And you know, he wants you to go to his school or whatnot. And Deku's just like, he must be scary. Even All Might shaking. And All Might's like slapping his legs. He's like, "Damn it, why won't you stop shaking?" He's talking about the guy. It was pretty funny. And so yeah, he tells them all about that. And then it talks about Ida's acceptance, how he had a ton of people wanting, I keep saying acceptance, but he had a ton of people wanting him to go through, not their school, but kind of like under their, basically pro heroes who wanted them, or heroes that want to train them or whatnot, or go under their studies and work for them, basically, their programming. And it talks about how he had a ton, but Eraserhead sees that he chose Hosu, which is kind of like a lower, not so high, you know, acceptance, Hosu City or whatnot, nothing special. And he's like, I wonder why he chose this. And then it kind of talks about Stain and how many heroes he's killed and injured. He's killed like 17 heroes. He's injured like 23, 24, something around there. And then it goes, you know, Midoriya and Uraka are trying to, like, before Idia goes to visit Hosu or whatnot, Midoriya and Uraka tell him, like, you know, if you ever need anything, we're here for you. We're friends, aren't we? And then he turns around and he's like, yeah. And he just leaves. And then it like cuts to this face that you see on screen right now, and he's just like super determined and like super serious. And it's like, oh yeah, it's like foreshadowing that he's going to Hosu to beat some ass. You know what I'm saying? He's only going there to, you know, get revenge on his brother. It seems like, and so we think, you know, maybe there's something different, but I don't know. That's what I think he's going there for, you know, just to get revenge. I mean, it's kind of obvious the way they made it, but we'll see how that plays out. And yeah, that ends the episode right there. And then kind of just like the after previews or whatnot, Deku meets Gran Torino, and it's some old guy who not pretends, but he appears to be dead when he walks to the door. Deku screams, he's like, "He's dead!" And then he's like, "I'm alive." And he's like, "He's alive!" But there's like blood on the floor, what seems to be blood. Maybe it's like ketchup or something. And he's just like some old guy in like a weird suit, which was pretty funny. But yeah, that pretty much summed up the episode. Not many action in it, but there was a lot of like information in it, so which was pretty cool. You know, we seen some of the people's names and whatnot, so I thought it was pretty cool. And you know, it looks like we're gonna see where Midoriya is going to go under for his, you know, hero acceptance or whatever, or his basically like programmer, teacher, or whatnot, however you want to say it. But yeah, that's basically the end of the episode. If you guys like these videos, make sure you like and subscribe. I just do them for fun, you know. I love doing this, and I hope you guys like the new intro too. It took me a while to work on it, but it was pretty fun doing that too. So other than that, I'll catch you guys later, and yeah, deuces.